Hello, and welcome to the first official recording of arikinzzChatXD. So, for the first recording, I thought we needed a very special, pure, good, perfect topic for me to talk about. So, I chose, ready for it? Harry Potter, the best thing on earth. So I know it's a little late to do this because Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the movie, came out on July 15th and it's now 16 days past that day. So I waited a while, over 2 weeks, but I think it is finally ready for me to share my ideas on this great movie book, how it differed from on this movie, how it differed from the book and what I thought about it. But I said it was 16 days after July 15th, which makes it July 31st, Harry Potter's birthday. So happy birthday, Harry. You are the best thing in the world. And I'm not talking to Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, you're cool too. But this is Harry James Potter's birthday. So happy birthday. I love you. At 12 a.m. this morning, I wrote on all my, my MySpace and Facebook, Twitter, and everything, saying happy birthday, Harry Potter. So, yeah. But anyway, on to Half-Blood Prince. It was really different from the book, I think. I loved the movie. It's my favorite movie, and it was my favorite book, too. But I just don't think it was good enough to really compete with the book. It was a great movie. But, they're saying, they have to cut things out of the movies because they'd be way too long, which they would be, but I gotta say, I don't care. I would watch anything having to do with Harry Potter for hours and hours. I know I'm a dork, don't point that out. But it was still great, and I absolutely loved it so much. So, okay, about it. Well, I really loved, Tom Felton as Draco Malfoy. How good was that? I mean, he portrayed him so well. Me and my friend were talking about this. I absolutely fell in love with Draco when he was crying in the bathroom and when he was pointing his wand at Dumbledore and he was like, I have to do this. It was so amazing. He's such a good actor. And also, I loved Harry on the Felix Felicis. Only I don't remember in the book making him drunk or anything. It was really funny, odd but really funny. I love when he did the pincher thing. He was like, so yeah. And I also loved Ron on the love potion. That was hysterical. I laughed so much during this movie. It was so funny. I loved, I forget his name, but the guy they played as Horace Slughorn, he was great, really great. And Michael Gambon as Dumbledore, he was good, and he's a good actor and everything, but I don't really like Michael Gambon. Now here's why. See, in the fourth movie, and this was probably more the director's fault than his, but still, when Harry's name came out of the goblet, he shook him and was all angry at him, oh my god, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Which it was probably more the director's fault, but he didn't do that in the book. In the book, it specifically said that he was all calm about it and everything. So I thought that was really weird. And the director of the 5th and 6th and 7th movie, David Yates, I do not like this guy. I just don't like him. I won't get into it now. Because it's Harry Potter's birthday, the day for happiness, which, by the way, I'm wearing a Muggle shirt for celebration. Yeah. Anyway, so the movie, overall, it was great. Even if it was really different, they just made a lot of changes, but it was still great. My favorite movie, based off my favorite book in the whole wide world. And, okay, so what else can I talk about? Okay, so more parts that they changed. I know these are really little things, but when Harry, Draco, and Dumbledore were on the the astronomy tower. Me and my brother were talking about this. There were different people up there, really. Like, it was only supposed to be Draco, Harry, and Dumbledore, and then they got joined by Fenrir Greyback, the Carrows, and another one. I'm not sure. Did they name him? I can't remember. It's been a couple weeks since I reread the 6th book. So, yeah. But, and they had, like, Bellatrix, and, oh, and then later, of course, they're joined by Snape, who, Dumbledore, spoiler alert. But they have, like, Bellatrix and everybody up there. It's just weird. And also, oh, but I loved how Snape, like, before he killed Dumbledore, he went to Harry, and he was like, shh, and then Harry didn't do anything, because, of course, he's like, well, he doesn't like Snape, but Dumbledore trusts him, and he thinks he's gonna go stop, but then he kills Dumbledore. I liked that. And, oh, I loved how they had the bridge collapse, even though it was the wrong bridge. Like, in the book, they have them collapsing the Brockdale Bridge, and in the movie with the Millennium Bridge, which is a bridge they walk across, instead of in the book, it's specifically noted how several cars went into the water, but it was still a great scene. I loved it. How they, yeah, it was great. I also really liked the scene where they set the burrow on fire, even though that entire thing was not in the movie at all. I mean, sorry, the book at all. It wasn't mentioned or anything. I think they just added that scene to kind of, you know, like, that's the word I'm looking for here, like, illuminate how Harry and Ginny are, like, close together, and Tonks and Lupin. But speaking of Harry and Ginny, I hated their kiss in the movie. It was so wrong. It was just not right at all. Okay, in the book, the sentence was, Harry looked around. There was Ginny running toward him. She had a hard, blazing look on her face as she put her arms around him. And without thinking, without planning it, without worrying about the fact that 50 people were watching, Harry kissed her. Does David Yates read? Honestly, I mean, it was so different in the movie. I was so angry. It was like all slow and cautious, and there was no one around. They were in the room of requirement, for God's sakes, not in the Gryffindor common room after Quidditch. But I did love the Quidditch in this movie, and Cormac McLaggen. The movies always do this. Like, a character that I'll hate in the books, I'll love in the movies. Cormac was really funny, and he was cool in the book. And, yeah, obviously I could go on and on and on about Harry Potter, but for right now I'll wrap it up. So, yeah. Please remember to comment, request, if you have any questions, just put a comment down below, and so, yeah. Peace out, Cub Scouts.